Good morning all, hope you're doing well. We'll start with the QDB scores and we can look at indices and gold and we can look at the robot as well. And we had some CAD yen trades yesterday and they all resulted in profit, which is cool. Now what should happen is that we should see red down here. Maybe note the cross yen. Right, we're in the sell rip section, so be careful with cross yen. And we're looking to buy up here. So these are indicating a little bit of risk off GA and EA because Aussie is riskier than the pound and the euro. So that's like a traditional risk off sign. If that's going to come up, then we could be a little bit risk off. So got to be a bit careful. But the thing is, with our risk calc, we are green. So we're quite strong. Out of 100, we're 89 on the technicals, which is really strong. And the herd are short indices and they have added to short. So that we are risk on technically and sentimentally. We might see a little bit of a discrepancy, a little bit of naughtiness potentially with some of these. And we've got to be careful across yen because technically these are quite strong. Okay, let's look at euro indices. And start gold, and gold is quite nice little move here with a big sell-off, and of course that big sell-off made them sell, and by selling now we've got support. We can probably get rid of some of these lines. Yeah, we want to get rid of that line now. That's no longer applicable. So that's the zone now. Because they've sold it, they sold it here, right down here. And by selling it, it pushes price higher. So you've got to know when to TP. If your exit is, say, $10 and you've made $10 profit, it's a 1R. It's not fantastic, but it's still profit, isn't it? So this is the CPI pump. Okay, so I thought we might have come down to the CPI pump, but we didn't quite. And now they're selling it quite heavily. And so up we come. So I've got to do... that's kind of frustrating because it took about 20 minutes for me to reboot my remote desktop, my VPS. So hopefully it doesn't cause me problems. It's going to be annoying. I've already restarted my remote desktop, so hopefully it doesn't happen too many times because I've got to be working on this remote desktop. DAX, it's quite frustrating to be honest with you, because we've got the robot on this remote session as well. So DAX is falling, which is okay. We are sideways. We might need to see a little flush. Keep an eye on these two levels here, 15,993, 16,060-ish. So we could probably dip into this box, probably. And we might need to see a flush of that low. There's probably a lot of stops here, potentially. Right, raid those stops for a pump. And S&P. And I'm going to have to look at that now, the winners update, which is quite frustrating. So they've gone long, so we should be falling. We should be below this very thin resistance. We should be below 4519, and this is a prior resistance as well. So they've gone long, so we fell. They've gone long, so we should fall. That's them selling it, so we pumped. Okay, so we've got to keep an eye on what's currently going on right now, and they've gone long, so we should be below that level. And now Dow, they've sold. Okay, we haven't got the sell, so therefore that's still the current box, and that's going to be support. We could probe it potentially, but it will depend what happens here. Now quickly look at the robot, so this is our current positions, and it looks like we're going to get stopped out of AN. And the thing is, with these, they're quite old trades, and now of course over that period of time things have happened and we can see the Kiwi bubbles really moved. It's just a bit bonkers. I'll show you average bubbles. The New Zealand dollar is over here, so of course in the time the robot triggered those trades there's lots of things that have happened since, so we're probably going to result in some losses because of that huge movement from the crowd. And that's today's bulletin. And I'm going to have a look at my remote desktop and get that, the Windows update fixed because I've already rebooted it. I shouldn't have to reboot it again. So I'll have to keep an eye on that. Any questions, let me know. Be careful because we've got a little bit of discrepancy. We could be going a little bit risk off. So keep an eye on your dashboard on this technical risk calc. And what I'll do is now I'll reset it so we can see a difference across time. And so you're looking at that. I think we should probably be coming down a little bit. And note that they've gone quite long on the New Zealand dollar, like I say in the bubble, and they've gone long on the Australian dollar USD too. Okay, and that's it. I'll wrap up now. I'm gonna have a look at my remote desktop and try and get that sorted. And I'll speak to you guys soon.